Welcome to In Meme-oriam, Elder Scrolls Legends, and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite decks in the game of all time. I usually play singleton decks just because I like the unpredictability of it all, just because I like playing off-meta stuff, and this kind of unites the off-meta stuff with somewhat reliable game plan. I'm going to say somewhat, you'll see why. This is a Thalmor Tribal. Essentially, Thalmor Tribal, I'm running 3 copies of Thalmor Embassy, and this tells you everything you need to know about me and about this deck's game plan. Basically, all I do is play High Elves, and High Elves are known for their action affinity, which means I have the Crystal Tower Crafter. I think it used to be stronger back in the day. I think it was nerfed at some point, right? I completely don't remember, but I think it used to be a 2/2 or something. So yeah, when you play an action, it gains +1/+1. Abyssian Navigators obviously draw actions, of which I have a whopping 37 in the deck. Dominion Oathman are very important, and I'll tell you why later, but essentially it's a high elf that gives you some life gain, that gives you some reach in case you need it. Obviously, if you meet the color requirements in play. Shimmering Peddlers, draw your card if you play 2 actions. Ultimate Dragonites, one of the later additions. That probably kind of enable this archetype, I want to say. At the end of a turn, it just grows if you play an action. Artaeum Savant is gonna grow creatures all around them, and there's an honorary high elf, Chanter of Akatosh. It's not. It kind of makes this deck go from pure tempo mid range into kind of a combo territory, which means if you don't get the hand for an early onslaught, you can always transition into a late game combo strategy with Chanters of Akatosh. When you play Chanter, play a ton of cheap actions, summon your 2-drops, summon your 1-drops, gain some health, and this way, essentially, I stole my way to quite a lot of wins from unwinnable positions. I think this deck is very unreliable, don't try it at home, but when it comes to memes, that surprisingly deliver you victories, this deck is pretty much unmatched. Playing against Dagoth Legend here, I think I'm just going to keep a 3-drop. It's a good tempo play, and we'll see what else my hand bestows upon me. Dagoth players are usually aggressive, or at least mid-range, so it's going to be a struggle to keep things under control here. But this deck is really good at clawing victories from unlikely positions. So we'll see if it's going to happen this time. Nothing from the opponent. I don't think I'll be playing Ice Spike because I have 3-drops already to play. So I think I'll just play Dominion next turn and see where it goes. Next turn I have options. I probably will settle for just playing Ordon Paladin. No, I definitely execute now. Okay. Definitely execute now, and we still have Shadow Shift to escape the lane if things get hairy again. We'll see if it works. Probably as Lightning Bolt or something like that to deal with a 5/4. I'll finish off. You know what? 2 cards to kill 1 card is absolutely fine by me. Finishes off that. That's unexpected. Interesting. So I'm definitely shifting the 5/3 into the other lane. Probably playing Paladin in the shadow as well. I'm afraid of like Leaf Lurkers and stuff. Of course, 1 Leaf Lurker can only take 1 card. I think I'll still play Paladin in the other lane. Draw first doesn't really help me, so let's draw last. Gain cover. Another Shadow Shift can be very nice. Now it's a 7/5. He probably has a Leaf Lurker or another finish off, but then I wonder why he didn't kill the... Oh, he doesn't have anything. That's just... This might just be game, honestly. This might just be game, because I'm taking the 7-5 out of this lane again. But do I have to take the 7-5? I think I'll just save the 4-4 instead. Let's see if we can draw one of our Leaf Water Blessings first. We did not. Okay, so I think I'm gonna kill this thing and probably Ice Spike. I'll save the minion ultimate for later. There's a argument to go face, but I don't think it's necessary. And now we have 13 power on the board that we're going to struggle to deal with. Plus we have a lot of damage coming our way. Oh, that should be game. This is how this deck just wins sometimes. The opponent doesn't have an answer for your ever-growing cards, and you just throw stuff in their face in the end and get a victory. But that's a best case scenario for this one. I really hope to show you a game where things get a little bit more hairy than this. We're playing against Tribunal, so we are definitely gonna get Abyssian Navigator and probably leave the other things. Send the other things away. Oh, Thalmor Embassy. I'm probably the only player in the world who gets excited about seeing Thalmor Embassy. I know there's like a ring of something that makes your creatures of a specific race cost cheaper, but I prefer to use the support. So that's probably going to die to something. No, interesting. It's not worth spending an execute on, so I'm just going to attack, play the Embassy. It's not the card the opponent usually expects, like definitely not in high ranks. But I mean, now these days, Legend high ranks is not as prestigious as before, as judged by the way that I can actually gain Legend. I think we have to try and save it. Do we have to save it? Because I might just... Because Shadow Shift Execute leaves me without a card to play. That's a problem. I guess I can Leaf Water Blessing it. Fine. Let's see if it works. I didn't want to use an Execute on a 2-3 that does nothing. Okay, that's better. I think I'm willing to play Crafter instead here. That will not be a problem. And that will not be a problem. Oh, he's actually breaking runes. That's a mistake, I think. I'm gonna kill the 2-3 just because it kind of threatens me a little. It's too early to go face. Now this thing grows even bigger, and I can Leaf Water Blessing the 3-1 to make sure it survives the 1-1. Let's attack with this one first. Yeah, because I don't care if the opponent wants to... Ooh, Colvin Trooper. Okay, fine. And Ordom Paladin continues to do stuff here. Continues to put pressure on the opponent in the shadow lane. The 1-1 can really screw me over if it gains lethal. What is this pile? What am I playing against here? Midnight Sweep, Shacklers, neutral Shacklers, not Harpy. I don't know. And the opponent still goes face. That's impressive. The opponent is still going face. Let's see. Artaeum Savant. Let's draw a card first. Magic Trick. It gains drain, it gives drain to the paladin. I could just develop other things, but I think I want to keep the... Our tame savant trick. His face skill the tutu. Now trick will give me back the leaf water blessing, so that's another option. Interesting. I don't care about the tutu. That's what I'll tell you right now. I don't care about the tutu. It can grow if it wants. I think I'll just go face with this. Draw the leaf water blessing. Play the leaf water blessing. Go face some more. And we'll see where it takes us, because the opponent right now, using only the power they have on the board, can only deal with one of my creatures. Okay, that works. It clearly has to be traded. So now I'll probably send it. We'll see. Probably send the 2/2 into 3. Yeah, definitely now it has drain. I'll definitely send it into the 3/3. And I think I'll start developing the board with Chanters, because they just used a hard removal. It may be a singleton deck, we don't know. We don't have any way of influencing this, so let's go Chanter. Leaf Water. Ice Storm will be devastating if they do run Ice Storm in this kind of somewhat tempo-oriented deck. We'll see. There's a Peddler. So does the opponent have ways of dealing with this board that doesn't rely on gods? Oh, okay. Do they just lose? Because I'm also kind of close to losing here, so I think I'll take it slow. Wait, five Javelin was going to give me either iron or the thing that... We'll see. Let's summon this first. Yeah, it's going to give me the spell, right? That will recharge my Magicka every time I hit the opponent's face, which will help me immensely. Let's do it to you. Two to face. Dragon Knight might as well go here. And this is how the deck just gets slowly but steadily out of hand. Oh, don't draw, okay. The opponent is still like one ice spike away from death in the end. Our opponent just concedes. It was obviously, again, not a very good example, because the opponent's deck was just a pile of random cards. But at the same time, like you saw how the strategy shifted from just pure tempo play through creatures summoned normally to a bit of a combo situation with creatures summoned via Chanter of Akatosh that immediately fills my board with more and more stuff and fills my hand with more and more resources. So I think this is one of the strongest parts of this deck, one of its strongest points. So hopefully I'll capture a more interesting battle later, but for now this is your introduction to my Thalmor Tribal deck.